Hi, love, and welcome. Today we're going to be doing a full body flow all on the mat, just using our own body weight. It's going to be spicy, effective, amazing, incorporating classical Pilates principles with a few spicy, movements that we know and love. So grab your mat and let's get started. Let's begin in all fours. Hands are planted onto the mat, shoulders over your wrists, slight bend through the elbows, step left foot followed by right back into a nice strong plank. Draw your belly button in and up, draw your ribs together and down towards your hips. Shift your weight forward slightly, reaching out of your heels, glutes are active, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, gaze is long, neck is long, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bend through the knees, send your glutes back, and exhale as you come forward. Inhale back, exhale, send your body forward. For 8, shoulders go over the wrist. For 6, and 5, really bending, feeling a nice stretch through the back of the hamstrings as you send yourself back. For 3, 2, last one, forward, inhale, exhale, as you pike, gaze goes towards your knees. Inhale, forward, exhale, pike. So gaze to the mat and gaze to the legs. Belly button comes back towards the spine, spine reaches up to the sky. For 5, audible exhale through your mouth as you send yourself back. For 3, fingertips are wide. 2, last one. Come down onto the knees, bring your knees as wide as the mat, toes come to touch, send yourself back into a nice child's pose. Take a big inhale, think about whatever your intention is for today's movement, how you want to feel on the other side. Inhale, breathe that all in, having it at the front of your mind. Exhale, letting go of anything that's not serving you. And coming back up, we'll come onto our right forearm, left palm plants onto the mat. Left leg extends out long, squaring off your hips to the front of the mat, flexing through the foot, bringing left knee into elbow and extend. Exhale in, inhale as you extend through the leg. For 8, 5, not 5, this is 6. Exhale, bringing the knee in, inhale as you extend long through the heel. For 5, 4, for 3, 2, last one, adding on, leg extends, right palm plants. Inhale as your elbows come out to the side of the mat. Exhale, lift, right forearm down, knee comes in and extend, coming up, squaring off. Inhale, exhale, forearm plants, knee in, extend, plant. Inhale, down, exhale, lift, inhale, down, exhale, in, inhale, extend, and up. Inhale and exhale. So forearm really pressing up and away out of that forearm as it's on the mat, keeping hips squared to the mat when your leg is extended long, keeping your hips on an even plane. And coming up, slight bend through the arms, keeping this work in the muscles rather than the joints. Knee in and extend. For 3, up and down and extend. For 2, last one. Extend long, bend through the knee. Inhale, exhale as you lift the knee up to the sky. For 8, 7, keeping the foot flexed. For 6, 5, right hip stays over right knee rather than punching out to the side. For 4, 3, 2, Last one, knee taps and lifts. Inhale, tap, exhale, lift for 8, 7, foot stamps to the sky for 6, 5, pressing up and away through the forearm for 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it, lifted, pulse, 10, 9, 8, tiny pulses, you got this for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release it down, come back for a beat. Whew. Shake out that glute, and let's come over to the other side. Left forearm will be onto the mat, right palm plants onto the mat, extend the right leg nice and long, flexing through the feet. Inhale, exhale as you draw your right knee towards the right elbow. Inhale, extend, exhale in. So bringing the right rib down towards the right hip for 7, 6, left hip stays over that left knee for 4, 3, for 2, last one, adding on here, lifting up, left palm plants onto the mat. Now elbows will go to the back of the mat, exhale. So now we're going into the triceps. Knee comes in, extend, hand plants, inhale down, exhale, lift, forearm down, knee in, and extend. Plant, lower, lift, plant, in, and out, and up. In, and extend, down, inhale, exhale, plant, in, and out for 6. And again, really thinking about keeping that left hip over the left knee. That really keeps the work in the glutes, in the core, keeps that nice alignment that we are searching for in Pilates. Press and lift, lower, in and extend for 3. Elbows going directly towards the back of the mat, keeping that micro bend in the elbows at the top. For 2, in and extend. Last one, in and extend. Bend through the right knee. Exhale and lift up to the sky. Lifting out. The outside of the right knee goes up towards the ceiling for 8, 7. Exhale, lift, keeping that left hip tucked over the left knee. For 5, cores engaged. For 4, 3, 2, last one. Tap the knee, exhale, lift. Stamp the sky with the bottom of your foot, keeping that 90-degree angle in the leg. For 7 and 6, exhale, lift. For 5, can you lift a little higher? 4 and 3, keeping that bend through the leg for 2. Last one, hold it, lift it, and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, for 6, yes you can, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release it down. Woo. Give your booty a little love tap, and let's come onto the right side body, coming down. Right arm, the bottom arm will cross across your chest, hugging your chest. Left hand will plant onto the mat with your fingertips pointing towards the end of the mat. Body is in one long line of energy. Hips are stacked, feet are stacked. Inhale, exhale as you press up and out through the left palm, lifting off the mat. Inhale down, exhale as you lift. For 8. Left oblique is working hard here. Left rib drawing towards the left hip. For 6, pressing. And 5. 4, you should feel a nice stretch through the right side body as well. For 2. Last one. Bring your head into your hands. Extend long top hand supports you, slight space underneath your hips. Shift that top hip forward. Flex to lift, point to lower. So with control here, trying to keep the rest of your body super stable. Flex as you lift, point as you lower. For 8, 7, exhaling as you lower. For 5, and with exhaling as we lower, we're really focusing on pelvic floor here. For 3, 2, last one. Hold it long at hip height, circle forward, size of a grapefruit. For 8, 7, 6, with control. This is really coming out of the hip. Your sideline abs are working very hard to control this movement as well. Really pressing the outside of that bottom foot into the mat. For 3, 2, 1, lengthen out of the hip, reverse it. For 8, 7, 6, 5, with control. For 3, 2, 1, flex the foot, toe to toe, heel to heel. Toes kiss, heels kiss. Internal rotation, external rotation. So really thinking about this rotation coming out of the hip rather than coming out of the foot. Exhale, tap and tap. For 5 and 4. For 3, the sneaky last one. Keep your heels together. Toes are apart. Both of your legs float off of the mat. Click your heels together. For 10, 9, inner thighs. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them together. Pulse lift. For 8, tiny lifts from the bottom leg. So really think about making this work from the bottom leg. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release it down. A little love tap. Coming up onto the right forearm. Left leg will bend in front. Bottom leg will flex. Heel comes towards the sky. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, inner thigh. For 3, 2, 1, point the toe, circle forward. For 8, 7, 6, 5, pressing up and away. For 4, 3, 2, 1, lengthen out of the hip, reverse. For 8, 7, 6, with control, like somebody's pushing down on your inner thigh. For 3, 2, 1. Now plant the outside of the foot, lift up off of your hip, press up, reach over, tap the hip down, lift the inner thigh. So reaching, feeling that nice stretch, and then exhale as you lift. For 7 and 6. This is 5, reaching. And 4. Inner thigh coming to that left arm. For 3, 2. Last one. Option to bend through that bottom knee, coming into a supported side plank. Option to extend long into a full side plank and hold. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Right knee or right shin comes to the front of the mat. Right palm plants. Reach your left arm up and over. Inhale and exhale, sending your body up and over to the other side. Reaching, finding that length through the right side body. Right palm plants. Reach the left arm up and over. A few little moments for a stretch here. Imagine your body is in between two planes of glass. Shoulders staying over the hips. One more over to the left. Oh, reach, 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 reach. And one more over. towards the right. And let's do that all on the other side. So coming on to the left side body now. Extending legs long. Bottom hand will hug across your chest. Right fingertips pointing towards the end of the mat. Hips are stacked, feet are stacked. Inhale, exhale as you press through the right palm. For 8. Ooh, really working this tricep here for 7. Feeling a nice stretch through the left side body. For 5. And 4. Right oblique working hard as well to lift you up for 3. 2. Last one. Coming down, left hand grabs your head. Palm supports you, slight space underneath that side body. Push that hip forward. Flex as you lift, point as you lower. So with control, exhale as you lower. Inhale as you lift and lengthen. Exhale as you close. For 8. 7. Really imagining there's a weight pushing on your leg in both directions as you lift and as you lower in opposition. For 5. 4. For 3. 2. Last one. Leave it at hip height. Point your toe. Circle forward. For 8. 7. Again, out of the hip, circling a grapefruit. For 5. 4. With control. For 3. 2. 1. Lengthen and reverse. Keeping the hips stacked, keeping the core engaged. Side lying is very sneaky in a way that it works every single muscle in your body and it just looks like you're lying down on the mat. For 4. 3. 2. 1. Flex the foot. Toe to toe, heel to heel. Internal rotation, external rotation. For 8. 7. And 6. For 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Lift both of your legs off the mat. Heels come together, toes come apart. Clap your heels together. For 8. 7. 6. Yes, you can. For 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Heels stay together. Lift the legs off the mat. Coming from that bottom leg. For 8. Super tiny, but very impactful. For 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Bend through that top leg, coming onto the left forearm. Pressing up and away. Left oblique is engaged. Flex through the foot. Pulse it to the sky. Inner thigh. For 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Point the toe. Circle forward. For 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. For 3. 2. 1. Lengthen. Reverse. For 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Plant through the outside foot. Lift your hip off the mat and reach up and over, feeling that nice stretch. Tap down, lift that inner thigh. Inhale, reach, exhale, keeping the elbow underneath the left shoulder as you lift. For 7. 6. For 5. 4. Feel a nice stretch through that right glute as well as you lift. For 3. 2. Last one. And release. Option 2, bend through the bottom knee to come into a supported side plank, or option 2, extend it long. I'm gonna stay in the supported because of my shoulder on the left, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, for 6, 5, and 4. Strong hold for 2, 1. Release long. Left shin comes to the front of the mat. Right foot comes to the back into a nice knee sit. Reach your arms up and over, feeling a nice stretch to the right side body. Inhale, exhale, send yourself up and over to the other side. Left arm plants and over. And coming over, right arm plants and up and over. Last one to the left. Imagine creating extra space through the right side body, keeping shoulder out of the ear, and over to the left, windmill your arms. Let's come on to our forearms. Gonna finish off with a little ab series. Coming onto the forearms. So again, always easy here to kind of sink in. I really want you to think about rolling your shoulders back and down, planting the forearms parallel on the mat, tucking through the tailbone and bringing right leg followed by left up into tabletop. Heart is shining up towards the sky. Tap right toes, exhale, lift. Tap left, exhale, lift. So warming up those low abs, keeping that 90-degree angle. So there's a big difference between this, bending through the knee, and hinging at the hip. Hinging at the hip. I want you to hinge, exhale, lift, hinge, exhale, lift. So keeping that 90-degree angle as you tap, rather than just bending through the knee. You're gonna find a lot more work through the core that way. Tap, exhale, lift. For 3 on the right, lift. 3 on the left and lift. For 2, 2. Last one. And 1, flex through the feet, heels together. Tap either heels, both sides of the mat, and exhale as you lift. Inhale, tap, exhale, lift. So inhale as you expand and open, exhale as you contract. For 7, 6, for 5, 4, together. For 3, 2, last one. Feet stay flexed, inhale, exhale, and switch. Hugging knees into chest, swiping past each other. For 7, 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Point the toes, bicycle. So now really finding that resistance like we're pedaling through water. For 7, press up and away if you're sinking in. For 6, 5, 4, for 3, 2, 1. Heels come together, toes come apart, open and close. Inhale, open the width of the mat, exhale, close. So doing this with control, even if you're super flexy, I want you to really think about stopping at the width of the mat. For 6, 5, 4, for 3, 2, 1. Release, extend both your legs long, seated, shoulders over your hips. Point your toes up to the sky, reach your arms forward. Inhale, exhale, just begin to tuck your tailbone. Belly button comes to spine. Tucking lower back, middle back, upper back onto the mat. Inhale as you reach overhead. Exhale as you begin to lift your head, neck, and chest, drawing ribs together, knitting them together, drawing your ribs down towards your hips. As you exhale, lifting, 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 shoulders stop over hips. There's somebody tall pulling you up, tall and strong and confident. Inhale at the top, exhale as we tuck. We're going to do this whole thing 3 times. Inhale as you reach. I want you to really think about doing this slow and with control. Imagine somebody is tying a corset in your core. Belly button is drawing up as you sit up into the back of your spine and stopping at the top. Inhale to prepare. Exhale as you begin pulling that belly button towards the back of your spine. Tucking, 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 keeping that core engaged all the way to the bottom. Feel that nice stretch at the bottom. Inhale, exhale as you begin to come up. Gaze goes towards your toes, knitting together. Rather than doning or combing, really pull that belly button to the back of the spine so that your core is nice and flat, stopping at the top. Inhale here, last one. Exhale as you come down Down, down, slowly, slowly, slowly. Reaching overhead, feeling that nice stretch. Bend through both of your knees, coming into a butterfly, bringing the bottoms of your feet together. Inhale as you reach your arms overhead. Exhale as you reach through your legs and pulse for 10, 9, knitting ribs together. Ribs are drawing down towards the hips. So imagine everything is coming in and together in the center, like your belly button is the center of a bullseye. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale as you reach it back. Exhale, we're gonna come up and do that 2 more times and pulse it. Option to keep your hands behind your head. If you're doing that, just rest the head in the hands rather than pulling on the neck. For 5, 4, 3, exhale, lift. For 2, 1, inhale as you reach back. Last one here. Exhale as you come up for 10, 9, 8, gaze past your feet for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, coming down, knees come together. Inhale, exhale as you reach up, tap right ankle and left. So tap the right, tap the left, right rib to right hip, left rib to left hip, tapping as you exhale for 6 and 5. Feet are planted into the mat for 4. Gaze is long for 3, 2, last one. Coming down, inhale, exhale as you press up through your glutes and lift. Arms come up overhead. Exhale as they come down as your glutes lift up. So belly button is drawing up and away from your tailbone. Inhale, exhale as you come up, drawing ribs down towards your hips as you lift. Knees are pointing up towards the sky. For 5, 4, for 3, 2, last one. Lift your heels, pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, arms to the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down, upper back, middle back, lower back off of the mat. Let's come onto our left side body. Press yourself up, cross through your legs. Bring your hands to heart center. Begin to slow down your breath for a beat. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Notice this feeling that you feel. It is always so tough to get onto the mat, especially for me in this era of my life that I'm in, this season of my life, the toddler twin mom. It's so tough. It's never not tough to get on the mat. But I remember this feeling right here, this feeling of accomplishment, of joy, of confidence. And this is what keeps me coming back, remembering this feeling. So really try to be present in this feeling right now that you feel. And breathe that all in. Bottle it up for another day. Inhale. Noticing how good it feels to show up for you. Exhale, letting it all go. Let her open your eyes. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think of it down below.